Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo, October 29, 2022. Early today, you could do some battle with mental tension, with a Mercury-Pluto square. Conflicts can come up suddenly and escalate quickly, mainly because problems are deeper than they appear on the surface. Little things can trigger buried, accumulated anger or sore spots. If you harness the energy well, you may be able to find solutions to ongoing problems. To do so, it makes sense to avoid obsessive thinking as much as possible, leaving you more in sync with your intuition. Try not to go too far with analyses, which can lead you astray. Emotionally driven decisions made now may be regrettable later. A relationship can improve as you focus on long-term happiness goals later today. It's also likely that a special someone is an excellent sounding board for your ideas. Be very cautious today. There is a challenging energy to navigate today. As mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger, dances through your solar 6th house of daily routines and responsibilities, he'll be besieged by a wicked Pluto in your solar 9th house of expansion. You and your lover may be feeling that the balance in your routines does not align with your visions for the future. One of you may feel they're putting more time and energy into where you're headed than the other. This could lead to a rather nasty disagreement. What do you want to do? You might feel the tension of making a decision about your long-term professional journey when Mercury in Libra squares Pluto in Capricorn. The square stresses the importance of assuming control over your development so that you do not feel like you are floundering. However, your work and life is in this fun in-between stage where you can decide what you want to do moving forward. But you must feel confident and empowered in your decision to embrace this next stage in your professional journey. If needed, ask for a second opinion. The moon might be making an ordinary monthly visit to your financial sector, but the timing couldn't be more important. As well as a chance to get your bearings ahead of the Sun and Venus return next month. During Mars' final days in direct motion in your income sector, this is creating just enough tension between both sides of the financial fence to energize both. With the current celestial energy, you will be learning the lesson of compromise. It's not all about getting what you want, it's about getting what you need, to paraphrase a British rock star. You don't have to learn the hard way if you don't want to. The path to enlightenment begins with the body, and if you commit yourself to your body's health, you will learn what you truly need in spiritual ways as well. The vibrations of the day are going to create a separation in your private or professional life. You will miss the person in question and will need a period to step back so you can get over this. In your professional life, you will get into a class which will turn out to be very advantageous to you after a short period of adaptation. However, you may be a little stressed, which only a sense of humor and outings will help. You shouldn't have any worries in your love life. Jupiter's departure from a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart today is putting the wind down of your current Jupiter cycle on hold for the next 2 months. When Jupiter returns in December, it will be time to get serious about not only winding down this current cycle but preparing for his return to Taurus in May to begin a new personal 12-year Jupiter cycle of expansion. Instead, Jupiter has retrograded back into your friendship sector in time to both support and get support from the Sun and Venus in their early days in your relationship sector. The moon's departure from your relationship sector yesterday was always going to leave you more emotionally engaged, but rarely with the support to do something with this. The moon not only wrapped up an eclipsing new moon that offered a chance for a fresh start, but a visit that helped to ease the way for the Sun and Venus, the planet of love's early days here. This is a chance for a new starting point. Our eyes in the sky. Today provides wonderful cosmic guidance for all in the area of spiritual development. Listening to your soul is where you'll find the most solace now. The Sagittarius moon propels you through the channels of your most profound inner work and philosophies. Many might have gone completely silent over the last few days because these are the kind of transits where ghosting is very possible. All is not lost with certain connections. It just points to a major overhaul in so many people's lives that it can be extremely difficult to focus on the most mundane of tasks. If someone has disappeared from your life, give them time to circle back around. Tomorrow brings a strong emotional Neptune influence that can have a sleepy and dreamy quality to it. It could be tough to stick to a strict schedule this week, and you might feel lost in the shuffle at times. Ask yourself where your mind seems to keep drifting when you get lost in those proverbial clouds. Maybe you're just being called to your next destination without even realizing it. Today marks a wonderful cycle of poetry, art and relationship connections that can lead you down the path of finding the soul mate of your dreams. Let love be your ultimate guide and muse. You never know what lies just around the corner. In the morning, the moon enters Sagittarius, ending its void of course which began last night. Over the next 2 days, spontaneity is key to our emotional equilibrium. We want options. We want experience. This is a good time to dive into a broad course of study or entertain discussions with people from different walks of life. It is an ideal lunar period for travel, physical exercise, self-exploration, and adventure. Oh, you have some challenges this week. Although you'll feel energized to get everything done, you may have some issues in your workplace or when it comes to your greater career goals. This minor setback is just that. It will move into the past almost as soon as it happens. The universe asks you to be sharp and focused now. It's an ideal week to think about starting a new business. Your work is changing, as is your money picture. Going with the flow means you should accept what's happening now instead of trying to resist it. Your relationships are not only important but also dreamily perfect for this moment in your life. Just a few minutes later, the moon trines Jupiter, its dispositor, in Aries. This aspect exacerbates the enthusiastic nature of the Sagittarius moon, inspiring us to broaden our horizons. We may be able to give something back to others now, acting in the spirit of philanthropy. Behaving generously instills us with greater gratitude for our circumstances. We have an easier time going with the flow and taking things on faith.